Hello, welcome back to JB Breaks Free. I'm so glad to be with you. I hope you guys had a great weekend, a great holiday if you celebrated it. Got some good stuff to talk about today. 15 minimalist truths to think about on Cyber Monday. And coming off of Black Friday, I think that these 15 truths are more relevant than ever. This is what really kind of springboarded me on my path towards breaking free from all the BS, from anything holding me back from having the best day ever. It put me on track to explore what life truly had to offer behind just buying, collecting, owning stuff. So, number one, owning less is true freedom. Getting rid of excess stuff. You're going to have more space. You're going to feel better. It feels good to purge. You can make some money off it. You can have garage sales. You can sell it online. And explore what life has to offer. And I started to explore vlogging. I started to explore books and philosophy and finance and fitness. And Lord knows I need to discover more on fitness and more on diet because I have been having a lot of body pain lately, and I have been using sweets as a crutch and food as a crutch. And I don't have many crutches, but that is one that I need to work on totally. So I'm pretty free, and I have freedom to attack those issues in our life when we all have those issues. The second one is going to be we're no longer in the rat race. The next big thing has no end because there's always a next big thing. Breaking free from that constant cycle of chasing the next big thing is going to bring more peace to your life, and that is what I am looking for. Number three, you're going to have more money for experiences. Would I rather spend money on stuff that I don't need, or would I rather spend it on experiences and making lasting memories, whether it's a one-day trip, a weekend trip, 3 days, big family vacations, travel. I would rather do all of those things than stack some inanimate objects up that I'm really not going to need and that I know won't change my life in any beneficial way. Number four, buying doesn't bring happiness. This was probably one of the most earth-shattering revelations that I've ever discovered in my life, possibly along with the thoughts in your head are not necessarily true. And it's just monkey mind and thought loops that we discuss a lot on this channel. Happiness is not a purchase away. I wish it was. I guess every rich person would be happy, right, at that point. Buying doesn't bring happiness. Money doesn't bring happiness. The goalpost always moves. I've had tons and tons of records. I've had tons and tons of sports cards. I've had lots more clothes and lots more of anything that I might have wanted that I thought was going to bring me happiness. And it never did. I found out that joy and contentment come from elsewhere, not in spending. You might get that 1 second little jolt, but then you're really just taking one step back on your break-free journey to find joy, contentment, freedom, peace, gratitude, love, and all the things that come along with it. Number five, you have more time for your passions. Less shopping is going to mean less managing possessions, and I manage my possessions a lot. So you can pursue what you love. I have been pursuing becoming the best version of myself, and it's not a perfect journey. But since I have been on that, my life has gotten a little bit better each day, and that has compounded into life-changing benefits from where I was even 5-6 years ago. And trust me, I have a long ways to go, but it's not the end. It's like you get to the end, then what's next? It truly is the process, the journey. And I have a long fitness journey ahead of me. I've suffered from lots of body pain that I don't really talk about. I want to attack those issues and also keep up with all the other good things that I'm doing. So I have more time for my passions, and my passion is to become the best version of myself and to inspire as well. Number 6, truth on Cyber Monday about minimalism is your home will become more peaceful. Your home will have less clutter. It will become not a storage unit. And for a while, I dreamed of my house being a storage unit. Heck, I might have needed another storage unit. Instead, this house for me has become a place of rest, a place of rejuvenation, a place of connection, a place of love and gratitude and hope and peace. And it truly is a good feeling. Number 7, choosing to own less means living more intentionally. The things I do buy, the things we do buy as a family, we're doing so with more thought. It's not just blind. We know where our money's going. We know where we need to cut back. We know what is important for us to spend on. And we can live more intentionally too with our actions, with our thoughts, with each other. I need to live more intentionally, as I mentioned before, with diet and exercise. Those improvements will come because I have the space and the freedom to do it. Number 8 is better focus. And focus on important things, not stuff. I used to focus on how much I could acquire. Now my focus is on trying to improve, spending time with my family, being present, living intentionally, playing, active listening, cuddling, not on organizing and acquiring more stuff. And because I don't need more stuff, I don't necessarily need to be out earning as much money. We make a comfortable living, but I don't need to go out there to get more money to buy more stuff. Number 9, less environmental impact. That's good news for everybody, even if it isn't your main objective. I try to tell the girls, instead of you gotta turn this light off or else, I try to tell them, hey, can you turn this light off? And of course kids never listen, and I never listened. But instead of disciplining them, because I've told them a lot, I try to tell them things that might, because it's meaningless to them, so how can I find meaning in it? So I try to tell them that turning your lights off is less consumption and it helps the environment. So we'll see if that technique works. I know number 10 is greater generosity. Instead of focusing on your needs, your focus shifts to the needs of others. I'm much more free with helping others, much more able to help others, much more willing to help others. It's part of the baby steps. I think Dave Ramsey says you can give so much because you have transformed your life and broken free from anything that might hold you back from that cause. Number 11 is less stress. Less stuff to worry about. Every possession that you get adds a little bit more anxiety into your life. And I believe it's true. I got to worry about even the stuff that I have that I'm going to resell. Those are still possessions, and those still take my focus. I still got to list them. I still got to maintain them, ship them. But even outside of that thing, my guitar, am I practicing it enough? Coffee cups that I bring in. This is a special coffee cup for me, and it was my grandma's, and it brings me anxiety that I could break it one day. And I know that things don't last forever, but that's just a piece, one little thing. Every possession you have is going to add anxiety into your life. Number 12, greater appreciation for what I do have. Gratitude cultivates contentment, and I feel content. I try not to always want more, do more. I feel content where I am. Gratitude cultivates contentment. I'm very, very blessed. I'll stop myself quite often and I'll look around and I know how blessed that I am. I know there's much bigger cars and better houses and bigger pools and more traveling and fancier coffee mugs and fancier coffee even, and better guitars and better record players. But I truly feel that I hit the lottery and I have everything that I need. Number 13, freedom from the need to impress. A bunch of stuff is less impressive than you think. When I had a bunch of stuff, no one really cared. I thought they would. No one cares. And I don't really care that much about other people's stuff. I actually, in some situations, feel bad because, you can go to a place where there's lots of toys, and if you got it, then by all means. But a lot of the times, what are you trying to fill with those purchases? I know I'm not super impressed by a lot of stuff or flashy things. All right, finally, the last two, number 14, is to find your identity outside of your possessions. Still to this day, I feel like, what should my identity be? And I have the collector's bug in a way. I might be a collector at heart. And I often think that I want to have this collection because that could be who I am. I could be the guy that collects Coca-Cola stuff, or I could be the guy that collects 19th century baseball cards, or I could be the guy that collects political buttons or silver coins or stamps or books or records. But my identity outside of that, can I be proud of that as a family man, as a father and as a husband, as a waiter? 18 years now as a waiter in this community, and you meet a lot of people, and when you go out in public, you're the guy, who's the waiter, who's going to be there tonight, how's it been? It's cool to meet so many people working with the public. My identity could be in this channel, breaking free, making connections here. Something to look back on also for myself, for my kids, for whoever. So I am becoming much more at ease at finding and accepting my identities outside of possessions. And finally, a more fulfilled life. There's so many benefits to be experienced from minimalism, and there is sliding scales. Like I said, some people probably have less than 100 things. I have 100 records that I got to sell. It's just like, it's a sliding scale, but what works for you? And wherever on that scale you can find the benefits of less stress, more money, more cleaner, you're going to feel free. You're going to be more productive. You're going to have better stuff. You can support causes that are near and dear to your heart more easier. You're going to be happier. And you can choose work that you love. That has been one of the biggest things for me. I'm able to do my side hustles as a part-time gig economy worker that you guys know about, and basically a part-time waiter at this point, and the work-life balance works for me right now. And I was able to stay working in a place that I love, doing a job that I love, because minimalism and side hustles and the pursuit of happiness led me to a position of strength. And I was able to state how I wasn't quite happy at the moment at my job, and that was luckily very quickly rectified, and it's been great ever since. And I look forward to it continuing to be until, the doors close in that place. But until then, I'm putting myself in a position to be able to sustain the life that I'm used to living when and if that time comes. And minimalism is a huge part of it. I hope you guys found some value from this video. Let me know how you're doing. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you on the next video. Break free.